Sure, this looks alright here. I feel like I'm a lick of his lollipop, isn't it? My earliest memories of snooker was when I was a young boy, about 8 years of age, and my father had a 6-foot slate table in our home, and I used to knock some balls about on that. Ray Reardon, who was obviously a Welshman and he's 6 times world champion, he used to come down my area quite a lot playing exhibitions in those days because there was very few tournaments, and I used to go to the clubs to watch him, and I was in awe of him, always watching him playing, and he was such a presence in the room, you know, and he gave a wonderful exhibition at his trick shots and the way he handled people. He's very special. I played against him a few times because then I'd become an amateur player, you know, and known in the area, so I'd play one frame against him in one of the clubs now and then, you know, and it was wonderful. But the first time I played him was in Prestatyn in the Pontins Pro-Am, which was a huge tournament then. He'd have like 1,200 entries. And I got through and I drew Ray Reardon, who was the world champion. And I was absolutely delighted. Everybody said, oh, you got a bad draw. They had no idea how much I wanted to play him. It'll be a Welsh rugby match for certain now. I think the one that sticks in my mind more than anything else is Stephen Hendry against Peter Ebdon in the 2002 World Championship final. Because I just started working with Stephen Hendry, and he got to the final for the first time for a few years, you know, and started to play better. And Peter Ebdon played superbly well and got down to the last frame. It was very, very exciting, very, very nerve-wracking for me. Yeah, I think that would be that, and Mark Williams winning the World Championships against Ken Doherty in the Crucible would have been the 2 most excited games I've had. It's hard to know really, because I was a postman, a bus conductor, a miner, an insurance agent, and then I became a snooker player. So I would have been working. I've never not worked in my life. In those days you didn't turn professional till you were in your 30s anyway. Like today, when they're 4, they turn professional. So I don't really know. I planned my life out, and I wanted to coach after I finished playing, mainly because I felt personally that I could have done with somebody in my corner when I was playing. It's a very lonely place. Someone to talk to I could trust and understand what I was talking about. So that's the track I took, and I went to the WSA as the director of coaching when I retired in '97. So I was very fortunate in that respect. Well, at the moment it's slipping towards China with what 6 ranking of it I think they got now. There's a lot of very, very good young Chinese players coming through, you know, both in the professional game and in the amateur game. There was 2 in the final of the World Amateur Championship just gone by. And I think that back in the days of when I was with the WSA, they were having snooker then on the school curriculum. I mean, it's amazing to think that long back. But of course they're now having the benefit of that. We didn't have it in this country. And at that time the game was mainly in this country. Nowadays we've still got our main tournaments here with the BBC, which is great, you know, but there's a lot of overseas tournaments now. I'm not sure I could handle those when I was playing. I didn't like travelling abroad. Crucible, the World Championships, no question. For a player, it's a different place. It's harder, it's more pressure, there's more gain, there's more everything. You know, it's like world champion is it in any sport. So if you go there and chance to become world champion, it's got to be the best place. The miss rule, I don't think that's a fair rule, no. Because I don't think it's entertaining, I don't think it's good for the public, and I don't think it's good for the players. In other words, it's no good for the game. I mean, people got opinions on everything, but I think the only opinion you should have is what's the best for the game. And I don't think that's good. I don't think it's good when people are looking at somebody missing the ball 6 or 7 times on the spin out of a snooker. I don't think that's what the game should be. There's a lot of things you don't know about me. I'm a great lover of music. I use music all my life to inspire me and to keep me calm. At the moment I'm playing Killers a lot. I like their LP, and there's another guy that's just come out from Denmark or Norway. That his music is just mind-blowing. I'm just playing it today when I come up here. It takes you into another world. I've always had that. Huge influence on my career. I used to play music before I played always. It calmed me and yet it inspired me. I love snooker because that I've always said that at my club in Llanelli, which I finished in now, I had a private room in there. And I'd always said that if people walked in there and there was nobody there and there was 2 cues there and they've never played in their life before, they would pick up a cue and propel the coloured ball along the green baize. That's what I like about snooker. That's the beauty of it. And the competition. I'm very, very strong on the competition side. Everybody loves competing. The first thing a child wants to do when they start in any sport is to win. So competition is all about, but the beauty of the balls moving on the green baize is what it attracts people to the game.
Okay, rewind, it'll click this button here. To watch more of me and watch more snooker, click this button here.